And the last play of the game, essentially last pass of Tom Brady's Gillette season, perhaps Gillette career, a Logan Ryan pick six. He missed one at the end of the first half. He did not miss the one at the end of the game to seal the deal for Mike Vrabel is the coach who comes in and one and done's potentially the last iteration of Brady Belichick in New England, and the Titans move on. Kurt, I give you the first thought on what we saw last night in Foxborough.
Well, I mean, I think there was a couple things that jumped out at me. And, of course, Derrick Henry and running the football against Bill Belichick and not being able to solve that issue. But I think more than that, it was about the Patriots late in this game. You know, that you felt like, okay, the Titans did a lot of good things, and they were there in the end, but they just left it open for Tom Brady and the Patriots to make that one final drive, which they always do in Foxborough, in the playoffs.
This was the one,
and they just didn't do it. And, and even that, because if it would have been N'Keal Harry or if that would have been Matt Lacoste or somebody that dropped it, you go, man, that's a microcosm of what's happened all year long. But our one guy, our go-to guy, our man, for him to miss that play in that moment really was a microcosm of everything that had happened all year long, that they just weren't able to overcome the lack of consistency that they had offensively. And yesterday was just another sign of that.
Yeah, and the Achilles heel that this team has had all year was the passing game, predominantly throwing the ball to receivers on the outside, and it showed up again. They didn't do it very well at all. But what surprised me was the #1 ranked defense. Of the Patriots. The #1 ranked defense. And Bill Belichick always has a good tackling defense. They're tough guys that can bring you down, tackle you in space. They've led the league in tackles percentage over and over again. But I knew it, you knew it, the fans knew it, the Patriots knew it. That guy right there, 22, was going to get the football time and time again, and they couldn't stop him. 34 carries, 182 yards in crunch time, and they couldn't stop him.
I mean, what about the 2-minute drive? I mean, you got a 2-minute drive at the end of the first half, and you're thinking, we got to throw the football to get it. They handed it off and walked down the field and put points on the board, and you're just like, that just does not happen, especially against a Bill Belichick defense and the #1 defense in the league.
And I talked about it. You have to be physical to beat this team. But what stuck out to me was the chess match that goes on between Belichick and Vrabel. It really was. It was incredible to watch, even late in the game with the clock. You know, Belichick was hot about how he was handling the clock and running out the clock. But I loved even in the postgame listening to some of the players talk. And they asked, what about the banners? And the one guy said, yeah, I saw the banners. And the other guy said, you weren't supposed to look at the banners. So you know Vrabel had already said to him, listen, don't let that get in your head. It was a chess match, and these guys, they were ready to play New England physically, but they were ready mentally to beat New England.
Was there any part of Bill Belichick, as they were going through that whole punt sequence and all that time, that inside is going, I taught him well. I taught him well. He's doing well. It's working against me, but man, he's, a little bit of